just think for a minute, how would you respond to someone being that kind of brutally honest with you and even reiterating multiple times
Telling me that I only have 10 centimeter and that's not gloriously big? I don't know.
that they like you, knowing that they have been a part of this server for, you know, close to a year at this point? How would you respond to something like that? Some, like, I would say objective criticism in voicing their concerns with you. Now I'm going to show you the direct opposite of whatever you just came up with.
Context? Hello? Context? Let's popularize giving context.
Software responds to them saying, Doomer detected. Honestly, if all you're gonna do is Doom post, just wait for me to be done and stop busying yourself with it. I'm literally writing right now, lol. Pirate Software is freaking out right now, and he's coming to grips with the fact that this decline in viewership and subscribers might actually be an issue for him. And
Ain't no way. Do you think he will actually realize that he might be in a pickle? Like perhaps in an itty bitty pickle? Oh, it's in his Discord, apparently. Never. I think he is losing a lot of things. Like, wait, Social Blade? Pirate Software. I don't want to be like that, but, uh-oh. Dude, losing 190 in 1 month? Minus 10k. Really? Why is it so uniform that minus 10k? That's so much. That's crazy. That's actually fucking crazy.
And even with him recognizing what's going on, he still cannot take accountability. So this was a message that was screenshotted from Pirate Software's Discord, and I received a screenshot of this message, and this message had just been taken on July 15th, today, as of recording this. So Thor put up—
Wait, what day is today? So July 15th, so that was like 2 days ago, basically yesterday for some people. Yeah?
This message in his Discord, going to be real for the people in the back who don't get it. You know where this road of attacks and well poisoning ends? It ends with shutting down company and firing everyone if they manage to poison enough people. It ends with no longer being able to support the ferret rescue unless I can snag a job that supports it. People think this is some ego trip shit. Fuck no. I have people to take care of.
I think he should have thought about this before he started to act like an entitled little princess. It's funny that he's kind of blaming the people who are like giving him shit, but he was giving shit to other people and before he could get away with it. You know, is that pity baiting? I think it's a little bit of lack of taking responsibility. Like, I agree that like shit piling on him, it might be a little bit like, you know, whatever. Like when people say that, oh, it's not even his real voice and whatnot, and you know, like it's all right to tease him, whatever, but I don't think that's going to be the people's fault if they stop supporting him, and like because of the lack of support he cannot pay the ferret things. That's different.
I am not going to sit by and let that shit happen, and you're dumb for suggesting it. Get fucking real. Seriously. Now, I'm not gonna lie, reading that, I had personally a very visceral reaction to seeing someone have such a lack of self-awareness, but I want to make sure you guys have a full—
Did he like write this into like announcements or something? I feel like he might have. Or was it just like a random comment?
Understanding of the exposition leading into this. As you saw right here, he says at the bottom here, I am not going to sit by and let that shit happen, and you're dumb for suggesting it. He's referencing some lead up messages, and I have those. So this is the start of it. Pirate Software doesn't at everyone. Too many people spamming about Heartbound's codebase. Update out tomorrow with Fern's new dialogue, tidbits of architecture, philosophy, reasoning here for the goblins and kobolds so you don't get overwhelmed by people spouting nonsense. Bedtime now. And then he links this tweet here. Now this here is a response that Pirate Software—
Oh god, this man always yaps. This man always yaps. I swear. He really needs to hire someone to help him with his PR. He needs someone to be like, listen, you have to start acting like a real life person, and you have to start becoming a little bit likable. But he must know that what he's doing, he worked at Blizzard. Literally could use Grok. Okay, don't use AI to save your image. Okay, I'm not sure about that. But holy shit, he talks a lot.
Had saying I had a few thousand people dogpile into my stream about this today, and he goes into detail talking about specifically what he was doing when it comes to coding and why he did it, talking about his shader system that he had made instead of like actually compiling shaders. Now I actually interviewed Level 5 Fish, the guy who showed up on Coding Jesus.
His game sucks too. I actually have a video of his game because I actually know nothing about his game, and I'm really curious to see it. Like I can't imagine. All I saw was that snippet of the code that even you guys basically tore apart, and you guys said that it's a very, how did you say it? It's a spaghetti. That's what you guys told me, that it's like a code of spaghetti.
This video to break down the heartbound code. I'll leave a link down in the description to Coding Jesus's video, but the interview that I had with Level 5 Fish will be coming out tomorrow. But now to keep it focused on what we're talking about in this video, these are some of the follow-ups here. Thor's talking about the message that he just put out saying also timed out and banned people for putting middle finger emojis on the announcement.
How did you not get a middle finger reaction on your way here? What? How is that possible? The mods are working 24/7 just so that they cannot have like a middle finger reaction. That's okay. I think that's petty. Like, why would you, like, you don't need to time those people out. It doesn't fucking matter. That's just petty. Let them be. The more attention you're paying to them, the more they will be like emboldened. Eventually they will just grow tired of it.
Idiot behavior. And now you're going to notice that people that are there for Pirate Software, like this person here, are trying to tell Pirate, hey, you know, maybe don't react to the hate. And so this person here is...
Oh yeah, it's exactly what I'm saying. Like, the more he pays attention and the more he calls it out, the more he yaps about it on stream and Twitter and says it that this is all your fault and I will not be able to make my game and not feed the ferrets and it's because all of your middle finger. Yeah, man. Frick you.
Saying, I think you're giving them satisfaction by even reacting to it. And two people said, yeah, that one. And then Thor replied to them saying, when I have hundreds of thousands of people being misled and it's poisoning the well online.
He really likes using this poisoning the well expression. This is the second time he used it in, like, yeah.
About who I am obligated to counter. And if that's how Pirate Software feels about it, for sure. If I was in the same boat, yeah, I'd want to clarify people.
He does. I swear to God, the more I listen to him, it feels like he's trying so fucking smart to sound intelligent. And like, the thing is, I don't doubt it. I'm sure that he is intelligent. Like, the problem wasn't ever that he's like dumb. Now it is a little bit because he's acting like a 5-year-old toddler who is having a temper tantrum because he can't get his favorite candy. But that wasn't the problem before. Are you though? I don't know. I don't know. He thinks he's way more intelligent than he is. It sounds like it that actually might be the painful truth.
If they have a misunderstanding of who I am, I would say that most people aren't in that boat for Pirate Software. I think they're just watching him and going off of his actions, but I'm digressing. And so another person replies to that message that Pirate Software said and said, countering is timing out and banning. Talking about it is just going to rile up trolls more.
True. True, just do it silently. Like, don't shine a light on it. What he's trying to do is he's trying to have a pity party. He's like, lads, I am being attacked. I am a victim here. Except the problem is that everyone is being mad at him because he acted like a really spoiled, rotten person and didn't take responsibility. And he's all high and mighty.
People are piling on him since WoW raid shits and they are not stopping for 10 months. Just don't react doesn't work anymore.
Because he keeps doing bad decisions after bad decisions. There's no way that there is no one like a manager, a partner, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband, someone who he's working with, who would be like, Thor, just shut the fuck up. Just don't say anything. Just keep quiet. Or like his daddy, you know, the one who was working at Blizzard. It's like, son, could you just shut the fuck up? Stop talking, go back to working, compile your shaders, write a better code. Who cares if he acts as a spoiled brat? I mean, clearly people care, because have you not seen the Social Blade? Like, losing 10,000 followers every single day? It doesn't sound like the people don't care. Apparently they haven't spoken in 1.5 years. Is it because he doesn't work at Blizzard anymore? Was it like a too much? It's like, I can't believe my son left Blizzard. I'm never talking to you. I see.
100%. Pirate Software responded back to them. Timing out and banning does not counter misinformation about my work. Evidence does, provided now. Now, one piece of evidence that he really liked to bring up is the fact that Heartbound apparently could run on a smart fridge, except we talked about that.
I heard about this. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not with that spaghetti code.
And it's looking like it was actually only mirroring to the screen.
But why would you want that? I don't think the point is that you want to run it. It's more like that he was trying to prove that his code is so light and efficient that even a dumb fridge can run it. I think that was the goal. But I don't know.
Of the fridge. Matter of fact, someone was able to get Heartbound to run on an Apple Watch.
Nice? Question mark?
But again, he could be talking about other pieces of evidence that he's talking about, maybe specifically with his coding. Moving on though, someone else replied to him talking about the hundreds of thousands of people. He says, I think you are at risk of throwing further gasoline on the fire. If it's too hard to ignore, maybe try laying low for a while. Ooh. Not a bad idea. And then this message leads into another.
Oh, saying that to someone who has that much ego. Oof. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Another one that I wanted to include, but I just wanted you guys to have a bit more context. These two individuals are kind of talking back and forth to each other. And this person says, honestly, having seen this kind of situation happen again and again, the only thing you can do is defend yourself and wait, hoping the internet will find a new target. That's sadly just how the internet works. You can't reason with it. You can't beat it. True. You don't win against the internet. It's just, that's not what happens. You do just have to lay low. A lot of the Mr. B stuff that happened, a lot of it ended up
That's so true. I can't believe it that there was this entire Ludwig drama, and it would have been such a perfect diversion for him to like lay low and say nothing and just be very neutral and just like, hey, yeah, I'm just programming, hee hee, ha ha, whatever. And then he could have gotten away with it. But he just like came back. And now there is like new stuff. And meanwhile, Ludwig is just like playing the horse game, and now he's just trending because he likes the horse game. And that's it.
Kind of fizzling out.
Aren't Ludwig and Pirate are friends? I don't know. They could be. It doesn't really matter. The point is that he could have just laid low and let it like... Yeah, friends. Just like with Mango.
After it got addressed, and then they stopped talking about it. Pirate Software had his moment of address, especially with the Stop Killing Games initiative, fully ramping up and getting the signatures, all that stuff. He could have just been done there, but he didn't stop. Laying low could just be the form of him playing Noida, like he loves.
I think it's a weird point to attack him. His code is not great, but he's a game developer, not a coder. I would not expect him to write a good code. A lot of it. I think this entire situation went so far that now they will pick on literally anything he does. If he is going to accidentally cough and his voice will crack, then they are gonna be like, see, proof that it's not even his real voice. He's faking it. You know, if he would like whip his hair to the side and it would see that like he has a receding hairline, then that would be the topic. Now they are going to just literally pick on anything. Because I don't even think that it's hate. They hate him. I think the internet is being bothered by the fact that he's still not really apologetic about the shit that he had done. You know? They are just like bullying him because they feel like that he's too egotistical or something. Yeah, and also the trolls, of course.
to do on his streams and not addressing anything and not having a ban counter up in the corner counting all of the people getting banned out of his chat. But that'll come later. Now, Pirate Software replies to that individual that just said, I think you're throwing further gasoline on it, and says, ah, yes, the streamer laying low, lol. I'm assuming he...
I actually think he's wrong here. And you know why? It's actually Cinder is a perfect example. Because after the whole thing happened, like Cinder's Discord was on a lockdown and no one talked. All the moderators left, yada yada. And now there is a brand new moderation team, and they are slowly, at first they unlocked just the chatting channel, and it was just few hours every once a week. And then now every channel is unlocked. And we still don't know anything about it, but whether she comes back or doesn't come back. But I am 99% sure that she will come back soon. It will be most likely on the same character. Maybe she will have a new model. I don't know. But with, you know, the more time passes, the less people give two fucks about what happened. So at some point, I think she is definitely coming back. And it's like all the signs are pointing towards that it will happen sooner than later. New nano model? Respectfully, maybe not that. Maybe perhaps with a different artist. Yeah, but you know, she will come back and be successful as before. I think she will come back, and her first few streams are going to be very, 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 very big. But I am not sure that after the hype goes down, after all the curious and gossipy people will be just like, oh yeah, now we are back to business. I'm not sure how much they are going to come back. Collab with Spite. Unironically, that would be a good idea if Spite would be willing to do it. Because at this point, Cinder kind of threw all of her better friends under the bus, so you need to hang out with someone. If you would show that, listen, I apologize, I did bad, I want to make it right, then, you know, Spite would never do that. You underestimate the power of women making up, okay? Like, it's not like she murdered someone. I know what she did was bad, but there is forgiveness, and maybe they will talk it out. Maybe there will be apologies. Maybe they will go back to, if not friendship levels, but like to neutral levels. Do we though? Yeah, forgiveness is not forgetting. Oh, they don't need to. I'm just saying that maybe they will not be on enemy levels, right? Maybe they will talk it out. There will be amount of like, okay, whatever, let's move on. We will be neutral. Of course she needs to apologize. Of course. I mean, ideally, I'm hoping that she will try to come back and make up for everyone, especially to Bao, you know, because that was a... What's the opposite of not kind? That was kind of a cunt move, whatever she just did, yeah. And yeah, I'm just saying there's like a lot of opportunities. I wouldn't be surprised if we would see like a different direction, you know. It's either you see, it depends on the ego. If she's going to be egotistical about it, then she is going to be like, no, I have done nothing wrong, it was all red, and she will not apologize. Or she can humble herself and say, hey, I've been away, I really thought about what I've done, it was fucked up, I am so sorry, I know I cannot make it up for you, but I just want to tell you that I really thought it through and it was fucked up, you know. And it can go two ways. Now she will deflect. I think, I want to believe that she will deflect. Yeah, I really hope for it. I don't think it will be how it was before, but I think she will be still fine. You know? She will do that, but then explain how she had to do it. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Now I'm just like, you know, thinking about what I would do. But, you know, some people are more willing to forgive and others are not really. And it will depend on really on the girls, whether they will be willing or not.
I'm assuming he's interpreting that in a much more severe way, like to just get off of streaming, which I don't think is the only solution, like I just stated. Continuing on though.
You think someone will believe her after she sweet talked just like before and then did it?
Well, have you seen her Discord? There are so many people there who are missing her. So, yeah, I think so. There are many people, obsessed gooners, yeah. Like, listen, they might be obsessed gooners or maybe they just like still love her. It doesn't matter. I don't know why, and I am not going to talk for those people. I'm just saying it's not as impossible as you think it is. Yeah.
This person is responding to that one I just previously showed you with the honestly having seen this kind of situation thing and said, well, I'm not sure those are the only ways to handle it. And Pirate, I believe, still talking about this previous one says, insane request.
Laying low? Insane request. Can't you tell? I'm important. I've worked at Blizzard. And my father worked at Blizzard. And I am very, very important. What the hell?
Or, I'm sorry.
Yeah. See, this is why he cannot do what actually Cinder did. And I think it was very smart of her to just sort of disappear for a few months. You know, because like now it's going to be like old news. Oh, she's gone. Half the people, I don't know what happened. I forgot what happened. Who cares what happened? But fucking Pirate Software, his ego is so big that he could never do this. Literally could never.
Insane request. Moving on, Pirate says this, you don't have to reason with the bullshit takes, but you do have to defend yourself from shit like this. Otherwise, the people in the middle that don't know anything will just instantly side with the only voice in the room.
Yeah, when was the last time that it went well on the internet? When you were trying to, like, defend yourself? Because I'm trying to think, because they are just gonna say that, oh, these are excuses. I'm not sure, gentlemen. Hey, Deton!
But that was followed up by this, but these people don't even care if you're right. How does banning thousands of people off of your live stream when they're asking questions and seeing if you're going to address something and then you using the same counterpoint every single time, how does that convert people into understanding your side more? Clearly, the arguments that you are making to defend yourself or to counter what you believe is bullshit is not convincing people.
I don't think his mana gem is going to save him this time. It doesn't matter whether he has it or not.
That would tell me if I was in Pirate Software situation is that maybe I need to think about the arguments that I'm making and the fact that they're not working when people are asking me. Like I've watched some of his streams. People will come in.
Dishwasher, I'm sorry. I had dishes I needed to wash.
And ask those questions and he'll give the exact same talking points again and again and again. He's just sounding like a broken record and that's not convincing anybody. And
it was my washing machine, not his.
That's all you're doing. You know, shocker here. Maybe there is something wrong with you.
It's because I am streaming from the kitchen. It's not that it's loud. I'm like 2 steps away from the dishwasher, bro. I thought you would have did it. Ha ha ha. No. I am not the dishwasher. This is the dishwasher.
Your argument. Maybe there is some legitimate criticism coming your way and that's why people aren't satisfied with your response. Let me give you an example. In my previous video, link to it right now, he makes the argument in response to Coding Jesus going through his code and like saying, hey, improve it in this way, this way, this way. His response to this argument is that it doesn't need to be more optimized because it's running for people. And on top of that, it runs on a smart fridge. Now, I actually agree with Pirate Software's first argument. As someone like from the perspective of a consumer, I honestly don't care if his code doesn't look absolutely perfect. I care that it's done at this point quick enough so that people aren't actually going to be waiting a decade to get the game that they have.
Still bongo tap, still bongo tap, still bongo tap. How are you and the doglets?
The doglets. Isn't his game like a pixel game anyways? Like, does it matter if it's perfectly optimized or not?
Purchased and we're expecting to come way sooner. If this is just a single one-off game for him that he is just making as a solo project, yeah, the organization doesn't.
I would be more worried about that you guys said that he had been working on this for like 7 years or something and it's like still not out there. Like most of the games, they take like maybe 4 or 5 years, but those are like very, very depth and you know, 3D, Unreal Engine, whatever. 8+ years? Oh, apologies. 7 years is how you get spaghetti quota. Is it even halfway done? I have no idea.
Doesn't matter as long as the game is running properly, is not riddled with bugs. And at this point, I just want it out.
No, just the first chapter. What? How many chapters is he planning? Bro, I'm going to be a fucking retired person by the time he will be done with the entire game. That's crazy.
And so from that perspective, yes, Pirate Software is correct. He doesn't need to optimize the game more. But instead of choosing to just say that, instead of just choosing to say, hey, you know what, the coding isn't the greatest, I just want to get it out to people sooner, you chose to more than double down well past that and make this argument that it's optimized well enough to run on a smart fridge, which doesn't actually seem to be the case. You instead argue that it's so well optimized that it can run on a smart fridge. That's where people don't care if you're right, because now you're using an argument that isn't sound. You are ego tripping to use that excuse. But like I said, so this is that first one, but these people don't even care if you're right. And then the next one here is Pirate responding to them saying, you know who does care? The tens of thousands on the sideline.
You get it? Because he's famous and there are thousands and thousands of people watching him, and he just really, really cares about what those innocent bystanders are thinking. Oh my god. Oh my god. Boy, you cannot, oh, these are such one IQ takes. Oh no. The tens of thousands that leave him daily. Yeah, it's because he didn't have the chance to protect himself. These are... I feel like he is just like not understanding it, but like really seriously, no cap, not understanding was the problem. Oh, that poor guy. I actually thought that he will be just like, oh yeah, ooh, and maybe like try to fix everything, but I legit think that he doesn't see why he gets all this hate, and if he doesn't see it, he will never be able to stop it. These are not the diggy holes we meant. Oh no.
And then this other Discord member makes an excellent point to respond to that. They say, those people are coming here or to the stream and seeing you show numbers of bans you have. Without context, it looks like boasting. Trolls are giving that context already and gamifying it with...
No, you can't be reasonable. I am like 99.9% sure that Pirate Software is almost like arguing with a woman on her period. And I'm sure that you guys all tried it, attempted it, and it never really worked out. You know, you just can't really get your point across, like hormones and all that, like they get upset and whatnot. I know I am one of those people who you cannot argue with when I'm on my period. So, but he acts like that too. I made this mistake once and only once.
with ban announcements, encounters is just encouragement. You're gonna fight this fight for the rest of your career this way. I have had it kind of in my head that it has started to become more and more of an echo chamber for Pirate Software, and it absolutely has, but it's really honestly refreshing to see so many people in his Discord that are still trying to support him and still trying to help him, like still trying to give good points like this one, like, hey, you're gamifying people being toxic. You are putting a number, and people like to watch a number go up, in your streams if people act bad. You are incentivizing toxic behavior by...
In the time it has taken for him to make this game, his clear inspiration Toby Fox has released 4 Deltarune chapters while also composing and doing audio for other games, while also being notorious for his own spaghetti code programming.
Well, at least he's aiming high, you know? I mean, that's perfectly fine to have your idols. I don't even think anyone really cared about, like, that he's late with the game or not even optimized. It's just, I feel like people are just like, now they are picking on him because they realize that if they pick on him, it's going to get a reaction out of him. Like, literally, why do you think anyone and everyone is reporting on him? Because the more they report on him, the more he will say something stupid, and that will make the headlines, and people will react to it again and again and again. His 20k Kickstarter did care. Oh, well, yeah. He had 20,000 people back the Kickstarter 8 years ago? Holy shit. Hey, Devil. That's crazy. He also bullied out people of Ash of Creations because he thought that he was a main character. Well, his father did work at Blizzard after. Not to be like that, but you know.
Including the band number. And how does Pirate Software respond to this? I have fought that shit for 6 months without the timer. Your route does nothing. I'm gonna go out on a limb here because I don't have the evidence, but I'm pretty sure the amount of bans and the amount of people leaving Thor's, community, like the over 100,000 people that have left over just the last couple weeks, I feel like that's more than what he was dealing with the OnlyFans stuff. I could be wrong. Someone could fact check.
Nah, it's definitely. I think the OnlyFans stuff was like bad, but people moved on from that. Like, yeah, we have the memes, like the mana jam and whatnot, but I think this is so much worse.
Check me on that. But I do believe that, gamifying toxic behavior is definitely not even close to helping.
Toby Fox actually has a good work ethic, but he also doesn't stream. Streaming takes up a lot of productive time.
Well, yeah, but let's be honest, before this entire shit show started to avalanche, Pirate Software was doing really fucking well. He was streaming to tens of thousands of people on Twitch. Everyone thought that he's the next coming of the, I don't know, the developer gods. Everyone had only good things to say about him. And now it suddenly is just it went from one side to the other all the way. And it was just a few months. It's actually crazy. For the entire internet to turn on you so quickly for seemingly basically nothing. I mean, I'm saying nothing, but I am saying oh, he didn't hurt anyone. He didn't punch someone. He didn't act inappropriately around anyone or something like that. Come on, Ski, look at this mana. What was he supposed to do for you? Touche, I understand. I was already beyond saving. I know.
Kind of taking a pause from that.
Is that a mana jam?
That subject, some other people were chatting in the Discord talking about potential slander claims. So slander has a legal bar, though. Just look at the Turd versus Depp case, and then I don't think he's...
I love how this person calls it Turd versus Depp. Yeah.
Meant that. And so someone responded, isn't there a case to be made for him having lost revenue due to the slander? To which Thor responded, yes.
Ooh.
Now
Thor is going to sue the internet. I feel it. You're in a pickle, I'm in a pickle, everyone is in a pickle. He's coming for us.
He also used to have the hype train record till Vedal came in.
That's true. Now you have to understand, the hype train record, it doesn't just mean that, oh yeah, he had a lot of money. He had so much support from the people. So many people looked up to him and loved him and adored him and showed up and put the money into his stream because they believed in him. And now it's just it's done. Mistakes were made. It's actually a crazy fucking downfall. This will be one of the ages. People are going to talk about it that, oh yeah, he was up to, I don't know, 15,000 live views or 20k, I don't even know. And now he's scraping 4k and he's still losing and he's still going down. If he's going to sue for defamation, he needs to prove the claims that are false. Also is more difficult because he's a public figure. And also, who are you going to sue? You cannot sue the entire internet or your chatters. Or he's gonna go up and okay, I banned you, I'm suing you, I'm suing you. Of course, I timed you out for 2 days, I'm banning you too. Yeah.
Personally gone out of my way to make sure that any claims that I'm making about Pirate and his behavior or actions, that I am showcasing exactly what I'm talking about in my videos. And regardless of what people have said over the videos that I've been making or anything like that, I know that I haven't been acting in bad faith. I truly believe and go off of the evidence I see.
He's totally not fucking worried about that Pirate Software is going to sue him. That's why he's saying this. Is I'm not slandering. I am just really believing in this. The Pirate, you cannot sue me. You cannot. To be fair, he is right. I don't think he is slandering him. He's merely just reporting on all of this. It's just, I think You know why this entire situation is almost amusing? Hey, chicken! The only reason why it's amusing, because I don't think I have seen this in ages, that someone falls so deep just because of their ego.
Yes, he can sue the entire internet.
Yeah.
Don't you know his dad worked at Blizzard and he also worked there?
True. It's okay. If the Blizzard employees will come after us, we can distract them with titty milk. They will never see us coming. It will be beautiful. Hello.
To make the points that I do. And I would say that although, yes, I have been essentially covering this entire death spiral that Pirate Software has gone through, I have done my best to be charitable and make arguments and agree with Pirate Software where I can agree. And also, if anything that I have said or brought up ends up being untrue and I get asked to like do a cease and desist or like apologize, I don't have an issue with that. If I ended up actually screwing up, that's not an
And the next day, hey chat, I got a cease and desist from Pirate Software. Oh, I feel like if he would start doing that, the internet would hate on him even more, you know? If he would start to like copyright strike people, send a cease and desist and whatever, he would be freaking dead.
issue to say I was wrong and clear the air. But I'm actively making an effort to make sure that what I'm sharing with you guys is what is happening, not just going out of my way to
He will do it anyway. You think he will? You think he's going to actually have the balls and like sue all like the, I don't know, like the people, the YouTubers who report on it? Nah. He shouldn't do it. There is anyone who is like telling him any good advice, it should be that he should just move on. I'm not even sure what would I do if I would be in his situation. The thing is that if he would double down right now and be like, hey, I'm sorry, the internet wouldn't buy it because it's too fucking late. Stop speaking about it. But that will not stop people leaving. You know? Just take a vacation. He can't move on. His ego stops him. Well, but he has to. He cannot live in this constant circle of getting angry at the trolls, getting cancelled in a video, and losing more and more people, right? He needs to silently change tack and stop speaking. What are the chances that he is going to do it? He needs to just post feed pics. I am not sure about that. Maybe, not sure. Not sure. 1% that he will stop talking about it. I feel so bad for him. Or more like that, I feel so bad that this wonderful opportunity happened to someone and he was given platform and love of the fans and all the support, and he just basically threw it away for nothing. I cannot not stop thinking about it, that how many people would murder for a chance to be blessed by the YouTube algorithm and get picked up and pushed in front of people's faces. And they are not getting the luck despite being good people. And then Mr. Ego here, who is just like, oh yeah, I'm important. And, you know? Yeah, he popped up like crazy. Wasn't it like because he was making shorts and apparently his shorts started to get recommended to literally everyone. And then people just flooded in from like YouTube. And that's how it all started. And he just like suddenly became like a king, you know? People would kill even for a fraction of his success. Yeah, it's true.
I've just been blessed with the fact that
he went from 10 to 40,000 in like 2 weeks. Jesus Christ. He will graduate to VShoujo? Maybe. What is that? What is that? Why are you adding stupid shit? Oh my god. I'm banning all of you.
He can't stop screwing up and doing it in such a messy manner where he has this entire history of himself.
The way he said need to get a real job while being professional coder and streamer because of how the views were going. Wait, he said he needs to get a real job? You mean like he himself needs to get a real job? Or is it like at a job at people that they should be? My father voted the big cheese.
himself being online. Like him saying that he lost 2.5 years of game development to COVID when originally he was saying that he didn't even have COVID and then suddenly he had COVID for 9 months. Like it's just all.
How did you lose 2 years of development even if you had COVID for 9 months? Like, did you have to raise the COVID for 2 years and then gave it to your wife or what? Why? What?
All there and documented. And now I want to transition over to a different conversation that was had, where Pirate Software just completely in the face of someone who has been a part of his community talks about how they're upset with the fact that the game has been in production for so long at this point and expresses their frustration, and then Pirate bitches at them for their lack of tact. Now, these messages aren't from that individual, but this is where the ball kind of gets rolling. So this individual says, to be honest, the amount of content in the game is disappointing considering how long it's been in development. I had so much hope for it when it was first started. Does anyone know why game is taking so long to be released fully? They follow up and say, I really wish the best for the game, but it's kind of crazy.
You know what's the craziest? That these people, like, these are the nicest, most neutral and intelligent comments. Like, they actually, like, you can feel it that they are not coming from a place that they're not trying to take a jab. They just want to actually ask the question. And I have a feeling that the answer is not going to be too nice.
Crazy how unfinished the game is after 10 whole years. I understand that life gets in the way and the developers are trying to make the game as good as possible, but it is unjust to all the people who funded this project over 10 years ago and only have so much content to show for it. Now, mild correction, from my understanding, 8 years is as far as it has been in development. I believe it was 2017 is when the game actually hit.
Look at that. That's 8 years and 3 months. If that would be a child, it would be already in primary school. Holy fuck. It's almost a decade,
I don't
bro.
hate Pirate Software. I'm disappointed and angry about his behavior. He seemed to be cool before his ego got too big.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't hate him either. I feel like that it's almost like he's a big loss. I feel bad that he squandered the opportunity that he had. Because he was like everywhere and everyone thought so highly of him, and now everyone is just like, oh yeah, dead guy. And it's fucking crazy.
Early access where people could purchase it. Maybe the Kickstarter started a bit further behind that. Now, somebody responds to that individual having that gripe with the game development. They say there is actually a staggering amount of content in the game. Tons of hidden secrets, multiple routes, alongside a whole ARG built into the game. So I feel it is a little disingenuous to claim it's lacking content. On a single route through the game, you could argue that the game is a little short. I've made this point before, but the game is also halfway done, with Animus being the middle point of the game. I think
so if it's halfway done, then we are going to have it in 2033, roughly. I will put it into my calendar. It's okay. Whew.
A lot of misinformation is being spread about the game because of some site metrics say it takes like 3 to 4 hours to completionist 100% the game, which is just incorrect. Animus is the most complicated part of the game due to the sheer volume of routes and options that are available, differing characters and points of view needing to be portrayed.
Now I'm really curious about this character or the game. I actually haven't seen anything about it.
Which Thor saying multiple times they've struggled with the writing and have reworked multiple parts because they're unhappy with the result. With the game being a story game, a choose your own adventure, it makes sense to make sure the story is battened down. You wouldn't want an FPS game to release with half-baked gunplay. Likewise, nobody wants a story game with half-baked narrative. They also want a game to be fully released after having owned it for potentially 8 years in early access. But you could still agree with them that yes, having all of these different alternative dialogue trees and all of this in a narrative-driven game is a very big deal. And
is it like one guy in the closet coding it? I mean, I guess? Is it Pirate the only fucking person who codes for the game? Is there no one else? Or something?
And it is going to consume a lot of time. I think you can give that ground.
Why is he not getting someone else to work with him? Someone who might be a little bit, I don't know, like more experienced in coding perhaps, and just to speed that shit up or something? If he took all that money and he didn't hire someone as sad, because ego? Like, I understand, but how long can you have an ego? Like 8 fucking years? Are you joking? That's like... That's a lot of time, man. Yeah.
I mean, Pirate Software himself has repeatedly, and I mean repeatedly, talked about how the main bottleneck for the game is the writing and how difficult it is for him. Does that justify 8 years in development? I don't think so.
Is he also writing it? Is he doing everything? Like, does he do the art, the music, and everything else? Or I don't know. Like, it makes me think about the Stardew developer guy, and you know, like he's doing it basically alone too. But like, look at fucking Stardew. I think Stardew is the most sold game on Steam right now, or is it like in the top 3 or something crazy like that? Yandere Devi's verse. Did that guy even finish the game or something?
But that is subjective.
It's so good. I got 2 copies. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have it too. I bought it for Nintendo and PC as well. Stardew Dev is so cool, and he puts out basically DLC-sized content patches for free. Bless his heart.
Now, this is the individual that I was talking about when I introduced this, and they were replying to that message that we just read through. They say, by the time the game is done, my son will be in college, and I might be misunderstanding, but are you saying it's not even halfway done? I like Thor, but at this point, I feel like my money has been wasted. Between buying the game, buying Heartbound merch, subscribing...
There is already merch? Oh god. Dude, it's like that fucking Kickstarter. I backed a Kickstarter, and apparently that game has been stuck also in development hell, and it's never coming out. But I also noticed that their Kickstarter now also sells plushies and like outfits for the game, that's so that when it comes out you get like a special outfit or whatnot. And I'm like, girl, the thing isn't even out. You said they would release it in like 2023 or 2024, and now we are like halfway to 2025. What are we talking about? It's so not going to be done. And they have like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then it's like, good fucking lie.
To his Twitch and YouTube, it just doesn't feel like I'm supporting an indie dev with a dream as much as a Twitch streamer with a side project.
If Thor would have been smart, he should have taken his Twitch earnings, and since he was doing incredibly well, right? He should have hired a bunch of people, like not like many, but like, you know, like 5 to 10 people to speed up this entire coding thing and get it out. And it would be like cherry picked by Mr. I worked at Blizzard. At least one. I would have gotten more, because like 8 years for halfway for a game? I don't know, man. Like, don't you get tired? Don't you want to do other things? That's not how ego works. But I am refusing to believe that this man has such an ego that he is actually self-sabotaging. Like, I wanna believe that no one can be that retarded. He has to do entirely... Why? Does he want like anyone and everyone to pat his head that you did so well and this is all yours? Who cares, man? His name is going to be all across the game. You know? How should we know? I don't know. That's weird.
Its priorities have changed drastically. We haven't had an update on Heartbound since May 28th, presumably because of the game jam coming up. Perhaps he should take a year off of that and focus on something else instead of telling everybody for months that Animus is done, which there is video proof of him saying. Again, I like Thor and I truly want to believe his motives are good, but man, it's hard.
That's so sad. He has the nicest fucking fans. They are actually devoted. They are understanding. They support him financially. They support him with words. They support him in the middle of the hate campaign. Yeah, right? Like, your heart fucking breaks for these people. They spend so much money on the Kickstarter, on like subbing him and like, you know, donoing and whatever. And then Pirate will just come out and say that like, yeah, you're a piece of dirt under my foot. Why are you talking to me?
That is one of the most like real and authentic and honest arguments or critiques that have been given to Pirate Software. He's just being honest. His son could potentially be in college at this point. 8 years, that's a lot of time. And because of this lack of progress and apparently it only being halfway done, you know, based off what this other person was saying, yeah, that would feel wasted to spend all this.
A walk upon the earth which is bigger than you. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you for the daily wisdom, Mr. Pirate.
time on his YouTube, Twitch, watching the live streams, buying even merch for the game. You can't blame the guy. And he says it twice. He likes Thor, but this is so tough for him because he's just facing the reality of what's been going on.
Guess what my ego says right now? I should make a game for myself, something, and start doing merch for it and whatnot. I could do it, surely. Copium.
That Pirate's priorities have drastically changed. And just to show you guys, this is a screenshot of this person's about. They've been a part of his Discord for 9 months, getting close to a year now. This isn't someone that just popped in, hopped on a...
If this was a passion project he could have not kickstarted, then he can have as much as time possibly to do passion project.
Damn.
Soapbox and started, you know, announcing...
Let's be real, a Skuchen video game would be an eroge. It would be, I already know the genre. It would be slice of life, horror, and hentai. Basically, it would be a visual novel based off of those 3 genres. Yeah, it would be amazing.
All their gripes with the development.
Yeah, horror eroge. That would be so fucking cool. I would write it. I would do the art. It would be so fucking cool. Yeah. So $10 game. I am not working that hard for $10. Tentacles too, of course.
They've been around. And then they followed up with this. I'm assuming based on the context of what's in this message that they
Uh-oh, during the OnlyFans. Prepare the money gems, gentlemen.
We're talking with someone about the game being review bombed. They say, well, I'm sure it has to do with everything that's going on with OnlyFans, but after looking at some of the most recent commented reviews, they are definitely valid. I wish he would focus more on the game as well. Just think for a minute, how would you respond to someone being that kind of brutally honest with you and even reiterating multiple times that they like you, knowing that they have been a part of this server for, you know, close to a year at this point? How would you respond to something like that? Some, like, I would say objective criticism in voicing their concerns with you.
Skuera similar to that Cthulhu dating simulator game.
There is a Cthulhu dating simulator game? I didn't know, but...
Now I'm going to show you the direct opposite of whatever you just came up with. Pirate Software responds to them saying, Doomer detected.
Doomer detected. Stay frosty, dude. But oh my god, Doomer detected. Dude, why does it sound so cringe? He always talks like he's on the fucking high horse. Like, oh my god, Doomer detected. It irks me. It's like, it reminds me of the people when, you know, they write a sarcastic answer to you, whatever, and they finish it with, I hope this helps. God, that's my current pet peeve. Every time it's like, well, you're wrong because I hope this helps.
Honestly, if all you're gonna do is doom post, just wait for me to be done and stop busying yourself with it. I'm literally writing right now, lol. Then it looks like that message got deleted. They might have been banned from the Discord. I'm not sure, but...
They fucking got erased from existence. They were not worthy to breathe the same oxygen as Pirate Software. Waste of space. Yeeted.
That message gets deleted, and then Pirate responds to it. Good faith criticism is not claiming that your son will be in college by the time the game comes out. It's just stating things as raw and aggressive as possible while being an ass about it. Fuck's sake.
Nah. I feel like he's being extremely defensive. I think the guy was phrasing it really nicely. Yeah. What the hell?
That's what Pirate got out of that.
Yeah, he might have overreacted just a little, just a teeny tiny bit. 100% cannot handle any criticism on any kind. Surely.
Message. Brother's just telling you that life has moved on for him and that his kid has grown up into a fucking adult. He's trying to make a point, brother. And this is just rich. Pirate Software then says, you can just be like, hey man, when is this coming out? Not writing a novel about all the imaginary shit that is going to happen before it does.
I think he actually just legit did the math. He was like, okay, 8 years passed since you started working on it and you're halfway. And you're not picking up speed. So hypothetically, my kid is going to be a fucking teenager and starting to slowly bang the chicks, and there is still nothing going to happen with the game.
does. I'm sorry, is pirate software critiquing or policing someone else and how they're using tact? A dude that can't help but be arrogant even in the face of a therapist calling him out for being arrogant? A man who can't help but respond to every single criticism as condescendingly as possible? He's the guy giving lessons on tact in his Discord, and then Pirate ends up screenshotting that part about by the time the game is done, my son will be.
I love how angry he is. You can tell by the words he's using. The sentences are shorter. There is slur. The fuck are you on about? Rage bait banned. Insane behavior. Shit's not necessary. Damn, girl. Damn. Right? Like, you know when he is calm and collected, he writes like the fucking Bible and a twist longer. And now when he's angry, he's just like half a sentence, period. Da-da-da, period. Bam. Yeah.
In college and says, the fuck are you on about? So yes, he did say that. Shit's not necessary. Rage bait banned.
It wasn't a rage bait though. This guy wrote it down so intelligently, what he was saying. And he phrased it as kindly as he possibly could. You know? And he's talking to him like it would be an actual troll. Now, this is the insanity that actually this guy is banning his fans. It's not a guy who said that, oh, you're a fucking loser. You were jerking your dick for 8 years and there's nothing done. And you even fucking suck at the game you worked for. Also, when is it coming out? And you ban that, it's like it would be fine. But this guy was, oh my god. Thor held onto the mana gem just to unleash it on support chatter. He ulted late. Yeah, it was rage bait, sure. Intelligent, not so much. I don't think it was a rage bait. I think it was genuinely a proper question. Like, you have given money to someone and you're expecting something, and he wasn't even rushing him like, oh, you better hurry up. It's just like, oh, like, will my kid be in college by the time it come out? Like, you know?
Insane behavior.
Insane behavior.
How is that rage bait? Sorry if I'm a little wet now. My dog had to poo and it was raining outside. I think the biggest thing for me going through and looking at how...
Considering that it was all crowdfunded, literally shooting yourself in the foot, I would love to know how much money was crowdfunded. I wonder if we could like look it up.
Pirate is treating the other people within his Discord, people that aren't just trolling, that aren't just like screwing around, that are honestly like making earnest attempts to try to give him any ideas for how to combat the toxicity that they themselves are also dealing with by...
I'm going to check. I'm actually pulling it up on my phone. There's no way. Was it only $19,272? That's it? I'm actually on the Kickstarter and I only see 20k. I think you guys might be wrong. I see Hardbound only for 20k. Yeah. Initial goal was 5k, reached 20k. Yeah, so it's not 300. I'm not sure where you're getting this 300 from. Yeah. No, it's only 20k, basically.
You know, just watching him on stream and watching all these people show up and be toxic. They're making an earnest attempt to try to talk to Pirate Software and
yeah, of course. It's still like a buttload of money, but like, you know, if it would be almost borderline $500,000, you would be like, oh shit, like if anyone starts asking for refunds. But yeah, I'm just saying that 20k is more of a realistic amount than 300,000.
Work with him on this, and he shuts all of them down, treats them like complete morons, and literally bans a guy who is venting his frustration about buying his game and being bothered by the fact that it's taken so long for the game to be fully released. And to see Pirate recognize that this is spelling a serious issue for him, if, you know, his viewership keeps dropping, people keep leaving, that he is going to have to...
You can't get over the oil stain. What if I would tell you it's not oil stain? He just got excited before the video started, but it was like too late. He aimed for the stars, but he only reached the top of his hoodie.
downsize, that he's going to have to fire parts of his moderation team or scale down the ferret rescue, realizing that these are serious issues that are going to be presented towards him if he wants to keep running things the way that he is. And instead of having even the slightest bit of self-awareness, it's people poisoning the well. It's literally everything except his behavior. For me, this is probably the peak example of his ego taking over everything. Many people have said it before, but like out of anything that's going to cause the downfall of pirate software.
Going to? I don't think the future stance is necessary at this point. I think it's more like causing with an ing. Present, continuous present tense.
It's himself. Now, maybe I've missed the mark on how I've interpreted or looked at these messages. Like maybe I've gotten a little bit of bias just because the tact that he was using with the people that he was talking with in his own Discord just irked me that type of way. So I'd like to hear what you guys think. Throw it down in the comments below if you end.
It is a future matter. He's still a huge creator. That's true. I think that's true, but I'm afraid that if he will not change his attitude one way or another, I don't think it's going to get better. Gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure he has rejection sensitivity from some kind of neurodivergence. He still needs to try to handle it himself though, but his pride/ego getting in the way. Listen. I'm a little bit torn on this because on one hand I understand. On the other hand, you cannot excuse everything with that, oh, you have the tism, right? Like, you gotta stop and look into the mirror and start taking responsibility, like, somewhere along the line. You know? Because otherwise you can get away with, like, all kinds of bullshit and just say that, oh, I have a diagnosis and I'm just have rejection sensitivity or something. You know? The nepotism. The nepotism is not on the spectrum, my love. That's different.
Ended up enjoying this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, help us boost it in the algorithm, and subscribing if you're new here, want to see more content. The last thing before you go, I've got a little special announcement, a limited time special offer for you guys. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Quinthio.shop.
A Quanker Nation? What the hell?
We are doing merch, limited time merch that is ending this
That sounds wrong. Quanker.
Friday. And as you can see here, the SS Double Down now this merch initiative and really giving it that final push that got us. Guy has moments and preserving video games.
Thank you. 10 out of 10. Good luck with your merch, good sir. You guys can watch the video if you fancy. It was really good. I liked it. You can check it out. I will upvote it. It was very good. I liked it. I actually